Alright, here we go guys. Quick video update of the K24 Civic. Today we're going to be installing our K20 oil pump kit, and should let our engine perform a little bit better. So what I wanted to show you guys, these are the two parts that we were waiting on last. And then we got our tensioning arm, and then while I was at it, I went ahead and added this piece to it, which is the RRC crank pulley. Here's a part number for that. So just real quick guys, just want to show you guys the inside of the head. I know I've shown it before, but for those that haven't seen it, just showing you guys real quick how clean the engine was when I got it from the shop that I got it from, which is JDM West Coast. Real good people over there, real good quality, and just really happy with this engine. Alright, so now that we got our valve cover off, what I'm gonna do is take our side cover off, because this was just gonna be the best way for transition over into everything we need to do. So when we flip the engine upside down, we can start working on our oil pump. Alright guys, so here's what the inside of the engine looks like. And as you guys can see, this thing still looks real fresh. These guides, even this top guide, still looks very close to new. That's why in a way it kind of hurts to take apart these engines when you get them so fresh, because everything's still so clean and new that they'll hold up just a little bit. So to answer everyone's question that asked me, did I do the Type S oil pump? No, I didn't do it for this reason, because look how fresh this engine looks, and this thing could have probably ran strong for who knows how long. And for the money, I paid a lot more for the parts than I did for the actual engine. So it's just not worth it when you're going just stock performance as far as like reliable and not doing too much on the engine. So that's my take on it guys. You guys can do the Type S oil pump, but if you're gonna keep it safe and you're just gonna keep it daily driver where you're just having fun, this is the way I would have kept it. But because the car became more than just a street car, I'm gonna go ahead and continue to work on the engine. So gonna flip this bad boy upside down, get this oil pan out, get all this heavy stuff with this oversized oil pump out of there, and show you guys the upgrade. Alright, so there she is boys, all taken apart. You guys can see how everything works. So now that pretty much the hard part is over, we have the piece that we need to get out of here. Alright guys, so we got it all fully disassembled, at least everything we had to take off. So now what I'm gonna go ahead and do is we gotta get this oil plug out of there. So we gotta get this out of there, and then we're gonna plug it with our new bolt and a little bit of Honda Bond. Just want to show you guys how clean this puppy is. Real fresh engine. Still has a new color on the aluminum, as you guys can see. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up and show you guys the rest. Alright guys, so real quick and simple, the way I take this oil plug out is I get a wood screw, screw this thing in just a few times, not too crazy. Let's see here, and there it is, guys. Real simple. Got a little bit of trash picked up off the ground, but you guys got to get this piece out of there. Very important. Okay, so now that we got our bolt nice and secure here with a little bit of silicone, we're gonna go ahead and install our baffle or wind dish tray, whatever you guys like to call it. And for some of you guys that didn't watch the first video, there's a part number. Also, K-Power does include the bolts you need. Here's the part number. Nine pounds of torque. And you want to go ahead and go crisscross. And there it is. Go ahead and take this bad boy out of there. Set this down right here, really careful. And then we're gonna go ahead and install it with our oil pump chain. Here's the part number. And make sure, guys, it has to be in this little pinkish wrapper. If it's not in this wrapper, it's not an authentic part. Alright, so also let me show you guys again real quick. My oil pump already came pre-cut for a K24. So if you guys want the same thing, you guys can go over to K-Power and get yourself one of these already pre-cut. So what you want to do is you want to put your chain on your oil pump like so, and then you want to do it one piece, because you don't want to have to go back. If you do the oil pump first, there's no way of getting the chain on there. And there you guys go. Oil pump installed. K-Power does include the bolts you guys will need for your oil pump, because there is 3 different sizes on them. Alright, so what you guys want to do with these are 22 pounds, and then this little guy back here is only 12 pounds. Done. Shouldn't let you turn anymore. As soon as that click is there, I always like to double check. So this little guy back here is only 12 pounds. Alright guys, so now what you want to do is add your oil pump chain guide. Here's your part number. And you guys will need to use your old, whatever you guys want to call it, bolt, screw, whatever, from your old one. So make sure you guys hold on to that. Alright, so same thing, 9 pounds on these little guys here. Done. And done. Alright guys, same thing with your oil pump chain tensioner. This is going to be 9 pounds of torque. Done. Always like to double check, make sure you guys got that smooth click without any extra turns. And you are good. Alright, so now we're going to remove our top guide. I'm going to go ahead and lock our cams because I'm going to go ahead and replace our cam gear for our new one. Here's a part number for your tool. This tool actually works quite lovely. This is real simple. Just what I do is my impact gun, hold the cam, and real simple. And get our new 50 degree. This is only 25 degree. Our cam gear. Here's a part number if you guys didn't catch the other video. So here she is, boys. Brand new 50 degree cam gear. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and put this 50 degree cam gear on there. Locks into place. Put our existing bolt right back in same position. Tighten it up with my gun. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna tighten her down to 83 pounds is what it's asking for. And we do have our lock tool already in place, which is gonna hold it for us to be able to tighten this bad boy down. That's it, done. All right guys, so first we're gonna do the regular sliding guide. You guys will have to use your existing bolts. So you guys wanna hold on to everything that you're taking off of your engine. All right guys, so for your tensioner arm, you guys wanna do 16 pounds of torque there. Done. These are 9 pounds. Done there. Done there. Done there. All right, so now that we got our timing chain on there, sitting on both cam gears in between the dot, we're gonna go ahead and add our timing tensioner. Make sure you guys keep your old bolts as well. Okay, so these guys also 9 pounds. It's actually 8.7, but can't go wrong right at 9 pounds. Make sure everything's nice and snug. Double check your dots. And tying this guy up by hand. Now we're gonna torque it down. 9 pounds again. And done. And done. One more double check. There we go. And there we go. 9 pounds. Now what you want to do, make sure everything's nice and where it needs to be. And then you want to pull your pin. Now once you guys pull that pin, you guys want to make sure you add a little bit more tension. And what I like to do is take a pry bar and then go right in between here, right here, and the arm. You don't want to pull on it too hard, just very snug. And you guys will hear that click. Let me see. So that's 2 clicks. You guys want to make it as nice and tight as possible. And there it is, 3 clicks. This is what I heard my guy Ghost Boy Aki in one of his videos where he was doing timing. Once you do your timing tensioner, you want to go at least 3 clicks. And I did pay attention to that when he said it. He's been around K-series. He's been building K-series a lot longer than I have, as far as like on the race side. So he knows what he's talking about. So I'm gonna take his advice on the 3 clicks down here on the tensioner. Our top guide. There's your part number. Alright guys, real simple. On the last step to timing, you want to tighten this at the very end. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it. I'm not sure if I showed you guys the torque spec on this one, but it's 16 pounds of torque on the last guide. So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna turn it one time, see how it feels, how it sounds, and we should be good to go. Alright guys, so we pretty much have everything done with the oil pump assembly. So now that I did that, I went ahead and cleaned off my surfaces. I didn't want to bore you guys, so I just went ahead and kind of skipped through that and put some time into getting into all these edges as best as possible. And then what I did was wipe everything down. You guys want to make sure you do a good job on the surfaces, because this is what's going to seal your oil. And after you seal this, you don't want to have to go back, because once it's in the car, it's a pain to really clean this stuff up and redo it. So also cleaned up my oil pan real good. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and install the cover. So you want to do the cover first, then your oil pan from the bottom, and then at the end do the valve cover, and that'll be pretty much it. So just real quick, I'll show you how I do my edges. Was first I scraped it with a razor real nice and clean and got as much as I could off of it. And you guys want to grab all the pieces by hand so nothing falls in between your chain. And then what I did after using the razor, I used this wire wheel. At the very end, I just kind of took it and then hit it with the wire wheel. The wire wheel pretty much cleaned off the oil pan by itself. It helped me a lot, makes it real easy, real simple. So you guys want to make sure, maybe get one of these just to make it a little bit smoother. I'm gonna go ahead and add our Honda Bond around our edges. And what you want to do is go around the outside of it and then stay on the outside of it here, around the bolt this side. Alright, so here we go guys. We installed our side cover, and all it does is takes 9 pounds per bolt. Just make sure you guys crisscross it. And when you guys install this side cover, start with the 2 top ones. That way you know you have it lined up. and don't press in on the silicone. So once you guys have this lined up, then you start tightening your bolts hand tight in a X pattern and let it squeeze itself in place. That way you guys don't get too much squeezing action going there. Try to do it as clean as possible. Don't add too much. Just kind of what it's asking for. And seals right up. So now I'm gonna go ahead, flip this thing over and do our oil pan. I've already torqued down all the bolts. These also are about, it's 8.7 pounds. So I just do 9 pounds. Most guys do just hand tight. That's just the way I do it. It doesn't hurt it. So 9 pounds on every single bolt. So what I do first is you want to just screw them down by hand or with a ratchet, just real snug, and then snug them in an X pattern. And then once they're snug X pattern, then you start to torque down in an X pattern as well, because you want the oil pan to sit as even as possible as it's going down and as it's making the seal with the silicone. So I always want to make sure all your surfaces are clean. And on the oil pan, you guys don't want to overuse silicone because you don't want it to end up on the other side of the oil pan and then end up inside of your engine. So gonna go ahead and put our pulley on and then our valve cover, and we should be done with the Type S oil pump swap. All right guys, so we added the valve cover, and that's pretty much the last piece to putting your engine back together as far as sealing it. Same thing, valve cover takes 9 pounds of torque on all the bolts, and that's pretty much it as far as sealing your engine and being ready to go. So what I'm gonna do to mine now is I'm gonna add our new coil packs, we're gonna add our new pulley, and then we're gonna be adding our new oil filter, and I'll be showing you guys that, what I'm gonna be using. All right, so there she is, boys, all done. Added our new coil packs, added our new RRC crank pulley. I chose this pulley because it is a Honda pulley and it comes off of the Type R Honda Civic in Japan, and it matches, here's the part number if any of you guys are interested. It matches our RRC intake manifold as well. So we got a few RRC parts going on here. We do have the RDX injectors. So this whole swap is just pretty much based on using stock factory Honda parts and then see what we can get this motor to do in this chassis. So finally that we have the Type S oil pump, we're gonna be tuning the car. I'm gonna be putting my transmission back on here. I am gonna do a little bit of a custom gearing, but the gears that I'm using are all factory Honda gears. So later on in the future, I'll share what I did with the transmission. But for now, this is pretty much it. We're trying to get a stock K24 engine into this 99 Honda Civic and see what we can get it to do at the track. So pretty soon, we're gonna go take it to get tuned. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This is the S2000 oil filter part number, if I haven't shared it with you guys before. And that's pretty much it, guys. Comment, subscribe, and let me know what you guys think.